Yorana from Tahiti, and welcome to Filled with His Love. Okay, so here's a little confession. I often have a down day following General Conference. I'm not talking about a really down day. I don't need to go to the emergency room or anything, but I feel sort of an emptiness inside. I want the feelings I had during conference to continue, and yet mortality reappears with all of its ups and downs. Elder Brooke Hales was right when he said mortality works, but it's sometimes difficult to feel it working in the short term. We know things will work out eventually. It's just difficult to feel it working right now. So I began thinking of how we can make things better right now, today, regardless of how wondrous and great yesterday might have been. I freely admit that this particular conference seemed to touch me more deeply than any in my memory. I don't know if it was because President Nelson and President Holland are aging before our eyes, or if it was because each of the messages struck me so forcefully, but the whole weekend was like a massive spiritual feast for me. I loved every minute of it. And then Monday came. Reality hit, and I had to face the fact that perfection is pending. Very pending. I began thinking of ways to center myself on the Savior, because I know that if my thoughts are on Christ, I can deal with anything that comes my way. I settled on 7 words that begin with the letter R. These are things I can do right now to hopefully feel as I did during conference weekend. First word, reach. I know I first need to reach up to God. I'm not talking about formal prayer as much as shifting my thoughts to Him, letting His image implant itself in my consciousness. Reaching up means that I will feel His love, His comfort, His strength, His acceptance, His mercy, His forgiveness. I know His arms are always open, ready to receive me, but I need to open my arms too. I need to reach out to Him, and then, after I reach up, I want to reach out to others. This does not need to be something dramatic. Little things will do. When I was doing my morning exercise today, I thought I'd see if the lifeguard at the pool might want to see a video the missionaries made recently. I sent the link to him, and he began viewing it immediately. He was eager to view it. So simple, so easy, but it probably helped me more than it did him. Second word, reject. Now, reject is a pretty strong word, but it fits here. If I want to center my life on the Savior, I need to reject negative thoughts. It's those thoughts that pull us down. So why not just say, no, I'm not going to allow negative thoughts to take any space in my brain. I'm going to reject them. No matter how harmless they might seem at first, any negative thoughts, whether they are aimed at ourselves or others, pull us away from the Savior. So I'm going to reject them. Third word, reconcile. I love this word, actually. It's religious, it's philosophic, it's one very powerful word. It's the act of making peace with God, with ourselves, and with others. We draw closer to God when we center our thoughts and actions on Him. And when we draw closer to others, Christ, the master healer of all relationships, is automatically, miraculously present. He watches over us at these moments, no matter the circumstances. Reconciliation demands that we forgive others, that we are merciful to others as God is merciful to us. So our life instantly centers on the Savior every time we forgive others or forgive ourselves. So that third word, reconcile. Reach, reject, and reconcile. Now for fourth word, recognize. In French, the word recognize is reconnaître. This word can help us center our life on the Savior because when we recognize His hand in our life, He is with us. Reconnaître, to notice someone by their characteristic, that's what it means to kind of recognize these things, to see them in others, to value them, to be grateful for them. It all wrapped up into this one word. The more we recognize the Savior's presence in our everyday activities, the more life is centered on Him. Fifth word, receive. The Savior is always waiting for us to receive Him. We can receive Him in so many ways. Our granddaughter just sent a picture of her newborn baby. Just looking at the picture causes me to receive the Lord's Spirit in my life right now. And to make it even more amazing, the first name they chose for their little girl is Sophie. That name holds special significance in our family because we had a granddaughter named Sophie Rose Jones, who lived a short life. Here's an excerpt from her obituary. Sophie loved to laugh, eat adventurous foods, and sing. At 18 months old, she suffered a terrible tragedy with a near drowning. She chose to come back to us and live 10 more years with a broken body. She was brave and showed fierce strength in the face of life's challenges. Thinking about our first Sophie and then seeing our newborn Sophie drew me so close, so powerfully to the Savior. So we need to receive the Savior. Sixth word, rejoice. Life is all about joy. We've heard multiple messages about this recently. And when you're not feeling the happiest, it's still time to rejoice, even if it's in a quiet kind of rejoicing. The arrival of this new little one was definitely a time for rejoicing, and so was a meeting I attended yesterday with our missionaries. The meeting was full of energy and inspiration. It made me want to rejoice, and that centered me on the Savior. Seventh word, relive. Memory is a powerful thing. The word is used constantly in the Scriptures. The Lord's chosen people are urged to remember the captivity of their forebears. The Lord wants us to relive the experience of those who have been freed from the bonds of slavery, or, metaphorically, of sin. Being freed brings the Lord close because He is the only one who can fully and completely free us from anything that holds us captive. Remembering the past moments of closeness to the Lord, reliving those moments, helps us center our life right now on the Savior. If we relive the right moments, the past can lift us and liberate us. The Savior is, after all, the deliverer. We can feel that power of deliverance right now, today. I hope these 7 words, let's review them one more time. Reach, like reach out and reach up. Reject, to mean reject negative thoughts. Reconcile means coming closer to those we love and to God. Recognize His hand in our life. Receive Him. Rejoice, even in a quiet kind of rejoicing. And relive past moments when we felt God's presence in our life. I hope these 7 words might help you and me in the coming days. I hope you will try, as I am trying, to center your life on the Savior right now, today. Thanks for listening, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.